Tonight, though, back to politics. The clock is ticking for Arizona Governor Jan Brewer to sign a newly passed bill requiring all presidential candidates to prove they were born in the United States before their names would be placed on the state ballot. The bill's author says it's about, quote, maintaining the integrity of the Constitution. And he says, believe it or not, this has nothing to do with President Obama. Mark me down as skeptical. Since 14 other states are considering similar legislation, let's talk things over. Joining us now, attorney Orly Taitz, a leading figure in the birther movement, and Cornell Belcher, a CNN political contributor and Democratic pollster. Orly, I want to go to you first, just on the idea that people who want to push this legislation, can you honestly say with a straight face it has nothing to do with President Obama?
Well, as far as legislation goes, it's something that has to be done.
Why does it have to be done at the state level? There's a federal constitutional requirement to run for president. Why does any state have to worry about that?
Because the ballots are state ballots. Each state has its own ballots, and therefore there has to be a provision in the state ballot whereby one running for office needs to prove that he is a natural-born citizen, and he needs to prove it not with a piece of garbage that Obama provided during 2008 election, that had nothing, but provided with certified copy of the original birth certificate, which Obama does not have, has to prove it with a certified copy of the original U.S. Social Security card that Obama does not have. He's sitting today in the White House with a stolen Connecticut Social Security number, and so forth. Absolutely, there has to be done by each and every state, and not only by the legislation, but also by the governors.
I want to let Cornell into the conversation, but I'm going to make him wait for a second. I'm going to make him wait for a second, because if this guy is this good, then he should rule the world, because you don't think he was born in Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii, and here's the certificate of live birth. You're absolutely right. This is not a full birth certificate. There's another one apparently on file with the state of Hawaii government, and yes, you can say that why haven't they released the whole thing. Here's the certificate of live birth. This is what most Americans get if they go to the agency to try to get a copy of it. Here is a copy of a newspaper article. The hospital sends out birth notices, a routine practice. Here's one published contemporaneously, a day or two after his birth in Hawaii, in the newspaper. I was in Hawaii last year. We can show you video of the hospital where Barack Obama's family says he was born. There's the hospital there. And just down the street, the hospital sends out these birth notices. There's the hospital and the ward right there. Hospital sends out birth notices, and the address they used when they sent out the birth notice happens to be this apartment building that we also visited when we were in Hawaii, which is where his mother and his grandparents were living when he was, you say allegedly, born in the state of Hawaii. This is the greatest Manchurian candidate conspiracy in history, if they're that good.
Okay, let me explain to you, because what you are saying is absolutely wrong, and we don't really want to defraud millions of viewers. First of all, you showed something, and I have something to show. This is an article from Star Advertiser in Hawaii stating that the governor of Hawaii never found Obama's certified, Obama's original long-form birth certificate. The only thing that was shown or the governor of Hawaii has ever found was a notation in records stating that in records there is a notation made by somebody at some point that there is a record for Obama, and no one has found such record. Two, in regards to the birth certificate itself, do you know that the state of Hawaii has a statute, 338-17, that allows foreign-born children of Hawaiian residents to get Hawaiian birth certificates. Additionally, it has a statute, 338-5, that allows one to get a birth certificate based on a statement of one relative only, without any corroborating evidence from any hospital. This is a fraudulent statement to tell the viewers that Kapiolani Hospital created a birth certificate. Never. There was never
I didn't say that. I said they sent a birth notice to the newspaper. I said they sent a birth notice to the newspaper. No, fraudulent statement. Never happened. It's not a fraudulent statement. Really? Show me. Show me a letter or any piece of documentation from Kapiolani Hospital stating that Barack Obama was born in this hospital. It does not exist.
Nothing. What was sent to the newspapers was an announcement. And in the state of Hawaii, if one sends a notice under the Rule 338-5, meaning a grandmother sends a form to the health department saying, my grandson was born here, not in Kenya, not somewhere else, here. It is sufficient to issue a birth certificate based on a statement of one relative only. There was never any evidence to show that he was born in any hospital, and based on that statement of his grandmother, who could have been lying simply to get U.S. citizenship for her grandchild born abroad, the state of Hawaii would issue a birth certificate under Rule 338-5 and would send this birth certificate together with hospital birth certificates as notification to Hawaiian news agencies.
Let me let Cornell, stay with us, please, stay with us. I'm sorry to interrupt, but stay with us. I just want to let Cornell into the conversation.
Well, indeed, let's stop right there. John King is a liar. He has made a number of false statements thus far in his report. Practically everything he has said is false. This is the certification of live birth that John King held up during the interview. And if we blow this up for you to see, it says certification of live birth on the top there, not certificate of live birth. A certification of live birth is a document that the state of Hawaii routinely issues to children that are born outside of the United States. And Orly correctly stated that on the word of only one relative with no other collaborating evidence, this document would have been issued. Another false statement that John King made was the birth announcement, claiming that the newspapers got the information directly from the hospital. That's entirely false. This is one of the newspapers that the birth announcement appeared in. This is the Sunday Advertiser, page B6, August 13th, 1961. As you can see on the header for the column, it says Health Bureau Statistics. That's right, the information comes from the health department, not from a hospital. Well, we can look at the birth announcement itself, and here it is. It says Mr. and Mrs. Barack H. Obama, 6085 Kapiolani Highway, a son, August 4th. So, contrary to a lot of information that's been floating around out there, this document shows that Obama was born on the 4th. It does not say where he was born. There is no hospital mentioned. And as you can see from the date I just showed you, this did not appear in the newspapers the same day that Barack was born, as so many, including his own sister, claim. Now I'd like to show you the address, a picture of the house that is at this address. Okay, here we are on Google Maps, and I'm going to paste in the address that appeared in the birth announcement. And here we are at the A there. It shows 6085 Kapiolani Highway. As you can see, this is probably at the most a dozen blocks from the shore. This is Kapiolani Highway. Appears to be Route 72 in Honolulu, Hawaii. And here's a photograph of 6085 Kapiolani Highway. And it is not a big brick apartment building as John King claimed. This is a residential area, and this is a 2-story house. So you can do this yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. You've got the address right there on your screen. You can copy it down. If you don't trust me, you can look up the birth announcements yourself, punch in the address. If you don't trust the fact that the information comes from the health department and not from the hospital, you're welcome to call the newspapers and they will inform you of that fact. John King is a liar. Everything that Orly Taitz said in this interview is absolutely true. Thanks for listening.